one thing I like about the IBF is their consistency. I'm not saying they are beyond reproach and they're not capable of doing some questionable things, because they are, but compared to the other sanctioning bodies, they tend to be very strict when it comes to enforcing their mandatories, regardless who holds their championship belt. They'll strip you, you know? And that seems to be the case here with Canelo, because they've just ordered Canelo versus Derevanchenko. A purse bid has been set for July 23rd. Okay, so we're not long away from that purse bid. And if Canelo doesn't go ahead with that fight, don't be surprised if the IBF strip him and somebody else gets the fight for the vacant IBF belt. So we'll see what happens there. Now, there's also talk that Canelo is under pressure from Dazn to finalize an opponent for September. They're talking about Sergey Kovalev and Gennady Golovkin being the two front runners, the two preferred fighters who Dazn would like Canelo to face. And, you know, it's interesting. Demetrius Andrade apparently is the third choice, and there's quite a big gap apparently between the Kovalev and Golovkin fights and the Andrade fight in terms of how much Dazn want to see it, which is unfortunate for Andrade. Okay, but I guess I can understand it because Kovalev and Golovkin are far more well known than Andrade, and that's what they want to see from Canelo, you know. Because of the fact that Dazn is a fledgling platform, broadcast network, they're going to put a lot of pressure on their fighters to be in real fights. Yeah, because particularly with somebody like Canelo, who they're paying an absolute fortune, they want something back for that. You know, they want a return on their investment from someone like Canelo. Yeah, so they want to see him in real fights, in tough fights, and so there appears to be pressure on him at the moment to face either Golovkin, because I think it appears as though, this is what the word on the grapevine is, the Dazn are not particularly happy with Canelo not taking the Golovkin rubber match. They'd really had their heart set on that, you know, Canelo Golovkin 3 for September. And given the fact that Canelo is now, excuse me, Canelo is now entertaining other possibilities, they're apparently a little frustrated by that. But Kovalev apparently would be an acceptable alternative to Golovkin in the eyes of Dazn. This is what the word is. So we'll see what happens here, people. As I mentioned in a previous video, all of this stuff going on at the moment with Canelo being linked to fights with Kovalev, Callum Smith, you know, a whole heap of other people. This might all be an elaborate ploy by Golden Boy to force Golovkin's hand at the negotiating table, to get him to take whatever he's given. It could be that. Yeah? We'll find out in due course. Certainly, Kovalev's people have come out and said that the offer that was made to Kovalev for the Canelo fight was a derisory offer. I think it was something like $6 million or whatever it was. I think $6 million. And they say, given how much Canelo makes for his fights, $6 million is a pittance, and we want more than that. We want more respect than that. But I get that, because Kovalev obviously has been, you know, champion several times at light heavyweight. He's beaten some good men. But at the end of the day, it's not about who you've beat. It's not about how many times you've been world champion. It's not about, you know, how long you've been fighting at world level. It's simply about how many people are willing to pay to watch you fight. That's all it comes down to in boxing. That's why Conor McGregor can fight Mayweather and make more money than the vast majority of Mayweather's opponents made when Conor McGregor was having his pro debut as a boxer in that fight, and he made more than most of Mayweather's opponents. Because he sells more tickets. There are more people willing to pay to watch Conor McGregor box than there were willing to pay to watch Maidana or Robert Guerrero or, you know, whoever. Even though those guys are obviously far more accomplished in the boxing ring than McGregor, it's irrelevant. It all comes down to how many tickets you sell, how many pay-per-views you can sell. And unfortunately for Sergey Kovalev, he cannot sell even a fraction as many tickets or pay-per-views as Canelo can. And at the moment, it's not pay-per-views for Canelo, it's subscriptions, all right? Dazn subscriptions. He's not going to be able to drive Dazn subscriptions. He's not on Dazn, obviously, but you get what I'm saying. He doesn't generate as much fan interest, not even a fraction as much fan interest as Canelo does. And so when he's getting offers for $6 million, that's representative of Kovalev's market value in the eyes of Golden Boy. He's not a guy who sells loads of tickets and does great pay-per-view numbers, so here you go, 6 mil. Or 6.5, whatever it is. That's what you're worth. Sometimes you have to bite the bullet, because is there a better alternative? Maybe there is for Kovalev. There's been talk that there's some Russian billionaire who's going to pay Anthony Yard, whatever it is, 4 million or something crazy, 5 million to fight Kovalev in Russia. And I did say, if he's paying Anthony Yard that much, how much is he paying Kovalev? So maybe Kovalev will get a hell of a lot more money for fighting Anthony Yard than he's been offered for fighting Canelo. And if that's the case, then it's perfectly reasonable to turn down the Canelo fight. But if he's not getting as much for the Yard fight as he would facing Canelo, he should probably take the Canelo fight, really. That'll probably be the sensible decision. So anyway, Kovalev aside, this is about Canelo at the moment in terms of what his next move is going to be. The pressure from Dazn, the apparent pressure. They want to return on their investment. The Danny Jacobs fight was a damp squib. It didn't turn out to be very good. It was disappointing. Definitely an anticlimax. They're looking for something which is going to deliver. You know, perhaps they think a Demetrius Andrade fight wouldn't deliver at this point. They want something that's actually going to be exciting. It's going to get heart rates beating, hearts beating and the pulses racing. A Kovalev fight would do that. Golovkin rubber match, for me, I'm not overly excited for the Golovkin rubber match, but both fighters have got big fan bases and there's still this rivalry between the two. So I can see how it definitely generate a lot of interest and drive Dazn subscriptions. So yeah. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And if you've got any more information on Canelo's situation at the moment, please feel free to drop links in the comment section. All right? It's happening. I'm out.
Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.